Okay, so to do this, first we're going to prepare some paper by folding it in half once, folding it in half again, and then folding it in half 3 times. All right, there we go, 3 times. And this is going to give you like 8 little squares, and this will just help you to kind of organize your braid drawings while you're practicing how to draw them. So you can see here I have 8 spaces. All right, now what we're going to do is start with the first type, which is a twist. So with the twist, what you're going to do is you're going to draw 2 lines going parallel, about a couple finger widths away from each other. Then you're going to put some little pea-sized dots down the middle, which are kind of evenly spaced-ish. Then you're going to come back up and you're going to make like S's. All right, so you make an S and you end at the top of the circle. So there's my S. You can see here it's going to hook back on. It's just a letter S. All right, there we go. There we go, letter S. Now I'm going to letter S on the other side. Now this is a little bit tricky, but you can still do this. You're just starting at the bottom, coming around and stopping, and then where you stop, it hooks on to the other part of the S. There we go, just filling it in. And color that, and it's going to be amazing. All right, here we go with our next one. This is made with 3 lines, and this is a twist. And the next 3 different ones that we're going to do are all twists, and by varying where you put your dash lines, it's going to change the twist, but they're all made kind of similarly. So now that I've made my dashes that are all kind of parallel with each other, I'm going to start by connecting the bottom of the second to the top of the first, bottom of the third to the top of the second. You can see there's your pattern. We're just connecting the top and the bottom. Now I'm going to connect the bottom, and I'm going to just basically draw diagonal lines where I have spaces left. So here's a space, draw a diagonal line, and I'm never going to go across the line I've already done because that would mess up the illusion. So here's my diagonal line off the top, diagonal line off the top, and then you begin to see your twist. Isn't that clever? All right, here we go again. This time I'm spreading them out a little bit further, and that will just change how the twist looks. It's exactly done the same way.
Stem from the overwhelming need to make the devil holy. Not like the birds, wings stitched on. Joins the crowd and feels the glare. A feathered thing surrounded. It learns their walk, but when they fly, there it stays standing. Not like the birds, wings stitched on.
Okay, so now we're adding another line in. Instead of 3 across, we're going 4 across. And it's going to change what we're doing just a little bit. So let's watch here. So I've got 4 across. They're all even-ish. And here come, this is just like the first 3 I did. Going across from the top to the bottom. There we go. Now if I did it the same, yep, here it comes again. Now I've just made a more complicated twist with 4 braids in it, or 4 lines instead of 3. That wasn't too hard. Okay, now I'm going to do the next kind. This one I have staggered lines. So they're just down just a little bit. So you do a dotted line and then you do another dotted line that's down a little bit. Now I'm making these into little rectangles that are on an arch. Not an arch, just a diagonal. And then I just simply connect the front and the back. Okay, so the front and the back. And then there you go, I've got like a little swirl thing. That was easy. Okay, so now I'm going to start with a square. Then I'm going to draw diagonal lines, another square, and diagonal lines, another square, and diagonal lines. Oh, easy as can be. And when you add color to this, it really makes it come alive as far as the illusion. Okay, here comes our next one. So now I'm just making 2 hash marks following each other. And now I'm going to stagger that with 2 hash marks on the other side. Just drop down a little bit. So now that I've got my hash marks, I'm going to connect the bottom to the bottom to the bottom on the inside, kind of doing like a little zigzag thing. Bottoms to the bottoms to the bottoms, back and forth. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect the bottom outside, and I'm just going to draw it along that zigzag I made. Okay, so I just stop where the zigzag was. Now I'm going to do the other side. I'm going to come in from the bottom. I'm going to add another one to make this longer. There we go. Okay, so now I'm going to come in from the bottom, and it's going to go past the top of the other one. Alright, now this next one is a little tricky looking, but you can do it. So I am putting dots in a pattern going 3 across and 4 down. 3 across and 4 down. Then I'm going to connect those first 2 dots on a diagonal, and then I'm actually going to draw them all the way up on the other side too. But you got to kind of know where your dot is on the middle part. Okay, here we go. Up to that other one. So basically I've drawn 4 diagonal lines, and you can see mine are not perfect by any means. Then you're going to draw a line going from that first one out. Okay, so it's just connecting. There we go. Then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Draw a diagonal going the other way. Now I'm going to draw kind of like a letter L going down the middle. So this one, it's going to go the other way. So it's going to go down the middle. Oh, I guess I did do it the same way. Yep, down the middle and then over. You know, I had to extend. There we go. Down the middle and then over. Then I'm going to draw a line going up so it's like the opposite of the L. Kind of looks like a Z almost, only the Z is straight. Then I'm going to draw lines going back, a diagonal from that first diagonal. Now, this is going to look a little bit confusing until we put color on it. Once you get color on it, you're going to be like, oh, I see it now.
Wings stitched on. To make the day